Welcome back everyone to Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy with FriskyDingo Tactics. This is episode 19. Let's jump in. Okay, so as in the last episode we've reached the village proper of Grainhold and yeah, let's have a look and see what we can find. See what we can discover in this village. What do we got? Nolki's house here and the bailiff's house there. And that's the ferry. Let's go. Let's just start talking to people. There's a woman here. Local woman. The woman gives you a desultory nod, more from habit than anything else. Her worried frown remains unchanged. What ails you? It's my husband, the local ferryman. It's somehow entered into his thick skull that the town owes him coin, a lot of coin, and now he's outright refusing to ferry anyone or anything across the Tumsel until he gets paid. I'm worried the townsfolk will start going to our competitors, or heaven knows, to drag heaven to dragon. The bailiff will send his men to come and knock some sense into him. She shakes her head morosely. What'll we do then? Who owes him money exactly? I don't know, and I don't rightly care. She stares past you at nothing. I'm always telling him to act more cordial with our neighbours. Everything we've got depends on their goodwill after all. What can you tell me about your husband? Worcester's is a real piece of work, I'll tell you that much. He always was a bench whistler, that one, but at least he brought in some coin to feed our family. Now his pride's put us one step away from beggary. It seems we have a problem. She sighs. Yeah, but not on my watch. I'll change his mind whatever it takes. Well, I suppose it don't cost nothing to try. I do, but first I have some questions. I'm a bit busy, sorry. At least tell me your name. Why would I do that? Shrug and leave her be. She resumes whatever she was doing. Okay. It's a bit strange, guys. Let's have a look. Have we got any overview? No, we don't have anything. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Wouldn't even tell us her name, but yeah. Walk away. Alright, I'm probably going to wait for this until I finish. I'm ready to leave this zone, to be fair. There's a woman here. Wealthy peasant woman. This woman is keeping a close eye on the road, one hand raised to shield her eyes from the sun. That kid is trouble, just like his father. She spots you. Oh, I wasn't expecting you. Howdy, neighbour. Is there something wrong with your child? What? No, all's well. Can you answer a few questions, then? Very well, what do you want to know? What can you tell me about yourself? I'm Renge, the widow of Viselga, the Grainhold's old headman. What's your name? It's FriskyD of Ambervale. Oh, I like that name. Why don't you tell me about the village? I've seen the maps your kind carries around. Grainhold is but a speck on Nova Draconia's broad flanks, yet even a tiny place like this can incur the god's wrath. Take last year's flood for example. Some fool nicked the ancient coin I left on Omra's shrine at her believe, and next thing you know, there's water up to here. She gestures at her chin. The fields all turned to mud overnight. I hope that thief learned his lesson. What can you tell me about yourself? I'm Renga, widow of Viselga, Grainhold's old headman. Did you forget already? Heard any interesting rumours? Not anything good. There's been unexplained murders left and right, and wild beasts attacking people. Then two whispers that the Northern Lords are planning for war, and the barbarians swearing fealty to some warlord, Crimson Beard or crimson bear or beard or something. Got it. Let's change the subject. Me neither. Be seeing you. Goodbye. That's the second strange failure that I've had. Is it some kind of penalty on me or something? There's a cheeky chest here. Let's... Alright. Fiona.
Yes, your drum.
Because I'm sure that it is locked.
I can't believe I failed.
Come on, Frenchie.
Easy.
There we go. Boosh.
Sounds fun. Speak your mind.
Okay, Deputy Mount. We've been here and here. Let's head this way. We probably should speak to the bailiff. Can we drink from the well? There's no real reason, I guess, at the moment. We're not Wayfarer. Beg your pardon, friend, but I really haven't the time to talk. Look how high the sun is already. Okay, let's go in here.
Okay.
Oh, this is the temple. Oh. They want us to have it. If it's green, I'm keen. If it's red,
Let's see what's out there.
best leave it there. Oh, sorry, that was... oh, here's the way to look. Judging by the robes, this middle-aged man must be Grainhold's Wait-a-lot. You catch him with his hands clasped loosely before him in an attitude of peaceful reflection. He looks up at you, inclines his head, and smiles warmly. Oh, hello, my child. I'm Valdis, Wait-a-lot of Grainhold. Since you're not one of my flock, you must be a traveller. Welcome to our humble village. I'm not just a traveller, sir. Father, I am a travelling noble, Sir FriskyDingo of Ambervale, at your service. The Wait-a-lot's eyes give you a respectful bow. It's an honour to greet someone of noble lineage in our humble village. How may I be of assistance? I want to ask you some questions, if you don't mind. I'm busy praying to the dragon for our betterment while we bear this mortal coil. If it's something important or relevant to my duties, feel free to continue. Otherwise, you must excuse me. I wish to make a wish to the higher powers. Sorry, but I can't help you with that right now. We're out of wishing plaques, and even the squinnig is running low. I really must conduct a thorough audit of the temple stores. Then I want to confess my sins. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going in the temple right now. Temple stores. Not gonna rob them. Being good on this playthrough.
Uh-huh.
Foreign book.
Forget about it.
Let's have a read of this book. A book written in a foreign language, which you unfortunately cannot read, but you can always sell it. Okie dokie. Wait-a-lot's wife. This woman in the midst of some difficult but necessary moil, yet her thoughts are clearly elsewhere. She finally notices you. Oh, hello. Do dark thoughts beset you, or am I mistaken? Failed again. 'Tis nothing, she waves you away. Please don't trouble yourself. I'm sure it's not as bad as you think. If you need any help, I'm here for you. Success. Truly 'tis nothing, just a troubling dream I had the other night. I can't seem to put it out of my mind. What was the dream about? It's hard to explain properly. Do you really want to waste your time hearing about it? Yeah, sure. As you wish, it was a warm night in my dream, much as it was in real life. But while the real me snoozed quietly in her bed, the dream me took a walk down to the riverbank. It was, I think, a gentle humming that lured me out there among the reeds, a mournful melody like I'd never heard in my waking life. The river was still as the surface of a polished mirror, but beneath the water my reflection was staring up at me. Right away I knew this was the source of the crooning that had drawn me out there. What did you do? I talked to my other self and she talked back. She asked me to switch places with her for a short while. And it looked so cold and miserable down there, how could I watch my own reflection suffer? Don't tell me you. I agreed. My reflection smiled, reached up and out of the water, and grabbed me by the shoulders. But just as I was being dragged down to the Merrick, I awoke in my bed. It wasn't until then that the fear came on, an icy creeping fear, though in the dream everything seemed perfectly normal. What could it have meant, I wonder? It means you're a kind person? Shrug. Nothing at all is my guess. Yes, you're probably right. That eases my mind a bit, thank you. Tension. As the woman smiles warmly, your eyes is drawn to her hair. It's glistening wet as if just washed. I can't help but notice that your hair is wet. Really? She rakes her fingers through her damp hair. Huh. You're right. I guess it rained earlier today. Wanted to ask you a few questions. I spent enough time and more talking about dreams and nonsense. It's about time I got back to work. Please introduce yourself. I'm Beirut, daughter Alana and Valdeco. My father used to be Clam Reacher's Wait a lot. And I'll leave you to your chores, Beirut. May the heavens bless you as you deserve to be blessed. Okay. Sounds like something's amiss in the water.
Fine. I'll do it.
No. Incense pouch.
I've spotted something.
Suspicious boxes. Ooh, what do we got here? Wooden chest.
What's that over there?
A suspicious mound. Okay.
You called?
Fiona, work your magic.
Voila.
Ooh. Officer's helm. Awesome.
Let's go. Mm-hmm.
Not today.
Okie dokie. So there's a chest here. Let me just put that on the map. Okay. A bit of a strange hole in the gates, but in the wall, sorry. Let's have a look. What do we got
Found
here?
something.
Where? What did you find? Oh, loose brick. Ah, good old spectator.
Gonna see what's out there.
Okie dokie. Did I go in there? I thought I went. No. This is in the ferryman's house. Let's quickly just go in there. Just so the door's silver, I guess, if anything. Not gonna rob anything. Yep. Okay.
Come on.
In we go over here. Oh, we have to go all around there, did we? Or was there a shortcut here?
Nice and smooth.
Pick a nigger basket. Oh, a chest. Fiona.
Ja, niet. It's open. Sounds fun.
Got handles, I think. Alright, so here we go. Let's uncover this a little bit. Yep. Alright. And here is the bailiff, who I guess is like the headman. Grainhold official. The man before you is of stern countenance, grey-haired and neatly dressed. A light breeze ruffles the tips of his impressive moustache as he turns a penetrating gaze upon you. G'day. Let's get this out of the way, stranger. Here in Grainhold, we like peace and order. If that doesn't tickle your fancy, you'd best start packing. And who might you be? I'm Mendog the bailiff. Well, sir, peace and order are exactly what I'm looking for. Good. May I ask your name? I'm FriskyD of Ambervale, blooded nobleman. Don't be a menace, FriskyD of Ambervale, and we'll get along fine. I heard you might need help with the gang that's causing you grief. Aye, you heard correct. Do you want the contract or what? Say the word and I'll give you the details. Sure, go ahead. I've had my eye on Lember the Dung Eater's head ever since the scoundrel and his band of misfits started robbing people around Grainhold. He sighs. Darn bandits scatter like crows the moment they catch sight of my lads, and I don't have the numbers to pin him down. But since Lember and his crew mostly target foreigners, lone travellers and small groups, you might have a chance of finally tracking them down. So what can you tell me about this Lember the Dung Eater? Slember used to peddle fake gemstones by the docks in Swordhaven until the Patrician Guard caught wind of his misdeeds and decided to cut off his hands as punishment. The bugger lit out before they could nab him and drifted to the wilderness near Grainhold. Right quick he got himself a new gang and a new gig, bully-ragging innocent pilgrims on the road. So be it, bailiff, I'll bring you his head. Alright, search outside the village for their trail. They have to be somewhere in the vicinity. I was attacked by a gang of slavers not far from this village. You relate your encounter with a posse of convict hunters and their masked leader. The bailiff frowns as you describe the unpleasant experience. I have heard about those rogues. They waylay people in the wilderness, mainly foreigners and barbarians. Folks say they've got connections in Swordhaven. Regardless, I've only got 8 people and they're just local farm lads. There's no way we could tackle a gang of hard asses like that. Keep your thoughts to yourself. This land's thick with brigands, ill-natured drunks, and reprobates of every stripe. And all I have is a band of village boys with clubs and mean dispositions. He looks away. I'm sorry. What's the deal with these two? If you're that interested, those fellows are there for waiting to be hanged for murder. Who did they murder? He pauses. Well, allegedly it was them. The victim was Fireman, a farmhand of our late headsman's widow. Good lad, if a bit of a daydreamer. He sure didn't deserve such a brutal send-off. You said allegedly, meaning you're not certain these men are the culprits. He nods. The evidence is questionable at best. But it's all I've got. It's hard to conduct a proper investigation with so few hands on deck. Who are the witnesses? One's a local, the other's an out-of-towner, both of them sketchy as affect his beard. And who are the accused? A travelling musician styles himself Ares the Troubadour, and a barbarian named Kedarin. Ares doesn't strike me as the type to murder someone in cold blood. The barbarian's a different matter, but I gotta admit, something tells me it wasn't him. Call it professional intuition if you like. Hey, maybe I could help you figure this out. You, he thinks it over before waving vaguely. Ah, whatever, no harm in trying. That's right. I don't think that's the best idea, but hey, give it a whirl. Despite what the townsfolk like to yatter, I'm not one to hang people on flimsy proof. Our first witness is Oscar. He lives close to the north gate. Oscar swears he spotted this barbarian Kedarian leaving the village with firemen at noon on the same day the lad was gutted. The second is Strauss the minstrel. He's holed up at the inn. He gave me Ares' troubadour's hat. That's the second suspect. It had blood on it, and Ares was also out all day when the murder went down. If that's your evidence, I'm surprised you're hesitant about the sentence. You're still here. If you decided to help out, talk to Oscar and Strad. It makes sense to question the other villagers too. Okay, since you're the bailiff, could you answer a few questions? I appreciate your curiosity, but some matters are best left unspoken. This sounds like it's going to be grassing on the miller. The stolen goods and the note. So I'm not going to quite say anything about this yet, because I might need... It sounds like there's more to it, so I'm going to wait. Mendog nods goodbye and begins thoroughly twisting the tips of his moustache. Okay. Let's go to this man here. Angry peasant. This shabby-looking fellow stares coldly at you as if you owe money. You outlanders ain't nothing but a pain in my backside. A whole mess o' barbarian-loving, lazy fopdoodles, every last one of you. Excuse me, I hail from a high-born family, you dirty swine. You're a nobleman? Forgive me, your highness. How could I have known? You mentioned something about barbarian outlanders passing through the village. He nods eagerly. Just a couple of days, a whole gang of crazies passed right through Grainhold, and where do you think they was aiming to go? Some kind of magical city up in the mountains, where normal folk and barbarians, highborn and lowborn, all live together like in some fairy tale. Bah! Take those blighters who set up camp outside the village. They welcome all sorts of lowlifes. I just can't figure out why the bailiff don't round 'em up and get to hanging. A city in the mountains, tell me more. That's all I know, but I reckon it's some kind of trap. I bet them Night Army fellas lure in gullible fools and swipe their stuff far away from any law or help. And what about the camp outside the village? Bandits and crooks all huddled up together. I heard their goons bringing all sorts of weird gear to the village. Singing stones, shiny crystals, golden eggs. He makes a protective sign. Good people ain't meant to meddle with such vileness. Got it, let's change the subject. What do you know of Fireman's murder? That no-good barbarian did it. I saw him dragging poor Fireman straight out of town. Tried to stop them, but by the time I fetched my axe they were already gone. I hope they hang him by a short rope so he can dance a little jig before the abyss takes him. When did that happen? Can't recall. Can't rightly recall. It was night time. Nah, it was during the day. Yeah, the sun was up for sure. Did the barbarian force Fireman to go with him, or did he go voluntarily? Reckon old Fireman was forced. Or wait, was he? Sorry, memory's gone all foggy. Can't shake the feeling that you're prejudiced against barbarians. If you mean, do I hate them? Heck, who doesn't? Those good-for-nothings razed my mama's old village to the ground in the raid. She was lucky to get out of here alive. My condolences. Yeah, can we all move on? I ain't got the time nor desire to jabber about random nonsense. Still, it seems to me there's also a bit of barbarian blood in you. His eyes flare up with rage so hot you think for a moment he's going to jump you. That's a heap of rubbish. My papa came from proud Caledonian stock. He gets his emotions under control. He died during that same raid with me still in my mama's belly. I know, something about this doesn't feel quite right. Too bad, because that murdering son of a fox is going to hang. I'd like to ask you some questions. Ain't the question answering kind of fella. Why don't you give it a whirl with somebody else? Perhaps I'll do that. Be seeing you. End dialogue. Okay. So that, I take it, is Oscar. The old woman's looking out the village, out at the dusty village road, seemingly oblivious to the world around her. What do you know about Fireman's murder? She doesn't respond either. She doesn't want to discuss it, or she doesn't hear you at all, or perhaps it's both. I'm new to Grainhold. Could I ask you a couple of questions about the village? Her hands move slowly in her lap as if petting an invisible cat while her gaze remains fixed on the void. You shrug and walk away. There's no point in continuing this one-sided conversation. Okay.
Fine. I'll do it.
No, there isn't. Okay. So, where are we? We are here. That is Oscar's house. Okay. Okay, guys. I actually might call it there today. A little bit of a shorter than normal episodes, but normally my episodes overrun more than I rightly should have on one. Let's just do a save. Thank you very much for joining me. Please press like and subscribe. And that was FriskyDingo Tactics playing Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy. I'll catch you next time, guys. Thank you very much. Bye.